So the Andy and Andy partnership are back. He's here, I'm here, and kindly Tough Stuff have come along to the charity build Perfect 10, where we've got a flat roof and we've got a cracking new product to make it completely watertight. Andy, welcome back.
Nice to see you again, Andy.
And you.
So today we're on this roof that we previously laminated so that we could get you in the dry.
Because we had a rubbish summer.
And obviously thanks for letting us get up onto here and giving us the chance to show the new product. So we are going to be using today the TuffStuff Flexible GRP, seriously multi-purpose. We're going to be using it with the 225 gram mat onto this surface. As I say, we previously laminated. We've given it a quick sweep off and a light acetone wipe. And we're going to be running through the application of that product as we go.
This is new though, isn't it?
This is new. So
what's different between that
right
and what we used last time?
So last time we used the TuffTech Pro, which was the polyurethane system, okay, quite rubbery. This is a flexible GRP, so incredibly flexible, but the benefits are it can go onto multi-surfaces. So whereas GRP has never historically gone onto felts, bitumens, single plies before, this can. And we would also check our data sheets and the install guides to see if you need the relevant primer. The differences are, we're not, as with normal GRP, you'd have a base resin and a top coat resin. This all applies out of the same bucket, so it's a grey resin. And the difference is we actually use a granulated catalyst for this rather than a liquid. Beauty of this is using the 225 gram chop strand mat. We don't need to paddle roller it. So if we were using the conventional system up here, I would be laminating and you'd be working on the same section with me with the paddle roller. I'm just going to be laying this on my own as I come through. Now, on a large roof, that means that I can get 5 meters down a long run and then you can be doing the next subsequent run. So it's much quicker to lay. And one of the benefits of this, which is very, very important, is if this product gets wet before it's cured, it is not a disaster. So if we've just laminated and it starts to rain, we're not going to be panicking, we're not going to be scraping anything off. We are literally going to go and sit out the rain, come back up as soon as it's stopped, get the water off the roof, give it a very light acetone wipe, and we will carry on as normal.
The forecast is potential rain, so...
We could have some.
But it's not going to stop us.
Exactly. So very, very simple system to use. So I'm literally going to do the detailing work. Although this is already done, I'm going to show the detail of the board to the trim joint. I'm going to do a detail here and then we'll just start laying. We're going to lay approximately 3-4 meter runs here today. And then obviously we can come up another day and finish off your roof.
So that's the other thing. If you've got a massive area, you haven't got to do it in one day. You can come back and...
One of the other good things about this is that with conventional GRP systems, if you want to modify or do any remedials, you need to remove the top coat down to the base layer before you start work. With this, you don't need to. So our edge that we finish on here, when we come back on the next visit, we'll just acetone wipe that edge and we'll carry on. It's very, very simple.
Happy days.
Happy days.
And the clouds just come in.
And the clouds just come over, so I think we got
your rain dance.
I think it was. So there we go. So we'll get this moved, get some product ready, and we'll start going.
Brilliant.
Okay, right.
Well, typical British summer, it's rained, but
We were very fortunate. We got down 2 and a bit strips. We could see the weather coming. But the beauty of this product is once it's down and the rain comes down on top of it, it's going to cure anyway. And we can see here, the water's on it, the product's cured. Still feel a little bit of heat in it.
yeah, a little bit, so nearly there.
Nearly there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wait until that last piece has cured.
Yep.
Finally, we'll get up here, sweep the water off, towel it off. I'll go around and sand down any little bits that are necessary. Doesn't look like a lot. Very, very light wipe down with acetone because it's got water on it. And then it's put the top coat down. And again, with the top coat, if I've just finished laying it and the rain comes down, which it could do, it's not going to bother the cure. If the rain is very heavy, it might dimple the product. The beauty of this product is, should that happen and we feel that we need to recoat it for aesthetics, again, very, very light acetone wipe, and we get the opportunity to put a further top coat on it, which of course you don't get.
So.
Which you don't get with the GRP. So from a day where we would have been scratching our heads going,
Shall we,
shan't we? And you know it's going to go against you one way or the other.
It's going to rain again.
And we were productive. And we're not having to scrape this off wishing we'd gone home when we first discussed it.
But just to be clear, this can't go on a wet deck.
No.
But like today,
Yep.
halfway through it, heavens opened.
Yep. I wouldn't be laying onto a wet deck, and if the rain was very heavy and I was halfway down a run, I would be cutting the mat and getting the mat out of the weather, because obviously the water's going to turn that to fluff. But certainly caused us no issues here whatsoever. All we've got to do, just wait for that last strip to cure off, sweep the water off, and then pretty much we're ready to go again.
Autumn coming. Doesn't matter.
I mean, you could say in the winter time it's the ideal product, but I think it was the ideal product for this summer, wasn't it? If we ever had one. So, and then of course we'll come back at a later date and we can crack on and finish the roof as we planned to anyway.
Brilliant.
So,
Great.
no, very, very
Great
pleased with
day,
that. Very, very pleased with that. So there we are, we finished our 12 square metre section of this roof that we've laid with the TuffStuff Flexible GRP. We were able to get the base laminate down before it rained. It's very, very overcast, one of those days where you don't know whether to commit to laying or not. And we did. We then had, as you saw, quite a heavy rain on it. We had a lot of water puddling on the roof, and on the last run that we did, that was still very, very wet, as you saw from my fingers touching it. So that all cured really, really nicely. Probably within about 45 minutes, I was able to get on there and sweep the water off. So we removed all the water, toweled it all off. Obviously it's quite warm today, so it did help us. And then we gave it a light sand where we needed to. And then that acetone wipe, which is important because the product had moisture, water sitting on it. At that point, we basically mixed up, I think, 4 litres of our top coat, although it's the same product, that's going to be used as our top coat. And we've applied that onto here, about ½ a litre per square metre. And that product is now curing really nicely. I couldn't walk on it right at the moment, but that's impervious to rain now. So that's our system done, and we will be back with Andy to finish off the rest of this roof, and we'll have some photographs of it when it's all done. But the beauty of it is, even though this is top coated, we can now join onto this product by simply acetone wiping and carrying on. It's been a useful day. I wouldn't want to have been up here with normal GRP, because if we'd have had that much water on top of it, we would have been having to scrape some of it off. So very good product going into the autumn and the winter, and during the traditional British summertime, no less.